Welcome. My name is Jeremy Allens, co-founder of LeadQuizzes. I'm super excited to introduce you guys today to Debbie Cooper. She's done some amazing work in the real estate space. She's based out of Utah, working with Nilson Homes. And we're going to talk today about how she used her quiz to generate a $10,000 commission on a new buyer. So welcome, Debbie. I'm super excited to introduce you today.
Hey, thank you.
Awesome. So we're going to do something fun today. We're going to go through like what you actually did, and then we're also going to like give you some suggestions on how to improve. Does that sound good?
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'll let you share your screen first, and we'll just like show people how you first advertised it.
All right. Just here. Can you see it?
So Debbie, like what we're looking at here is you spent $50. You got 122 link clicks. So pretty good, 40 cents a link click. Do you want to show us what the ad looks like? Awesome. So you literally just put like the URL in here, and then what populated is what ran, huh?
Right. Yep.
All right. So I think that's great. You got 40-cent clicks, which is amazing. I think you could improve this even further if you did some compelling copy. Can you scroll down a little bit? All right. So it says, what Nilson home community should you, is it live in?
Yeah.
Live in. Awesome. So yeah, I think you could do some like simple copy above it, and like you could probably remove the URL link. But you could say something like, what neighborhood is right for you? What Nilson home community should you live in? Take this quiz to find out. I think even just some simple basic copy like that would probably get more people to click this and probably reduce your link click or your cost per click cost.
Got it.
Okay, so that's awesome. So I'm going to share my screen and show what people did next. So what we're looking at here is this is like the quiz. So what Nilson home community should you live in? Find your perfect Nilson home community in Davis or Weber counties. Start the quiz. So pretty good start. We go through some questions. How do you prefer to spend your free time? What phrase best describes you? What animal best describes you? So pretty fun quiz. What's your dream vacation? What's your favorite ice cream flavor? All right. And that takes us to the lead capture page. You use a Facebook Connect because you're advertising and they're posting what Nilson home community should you live in. Take this quiz to find the best community for you. So I'm going to connect here, and then results, Fieldcrest, Town Point, or Stone Creek. And then you give a little bit of feedback about the results and some share. So let's go through that really quick. I'm going to look at your advanced analytics. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So we start here with 226 views. You had 95 starts. So a little bit of a drop off there, or a pretty significant drop off there. You had 70. How you would prevent that? I think we could play with some different like copy on this front on the start of the quiz. So making it something a little bit more compelling. So for example, like they may not know what Nilson home community is or have any like interest in it. So what you could do is just say like what neighborhood or what community is right for you. And then at the end you can bring in like more of the commercial side of like, Nilson home community is perfect for you.
Got it. Okay.
So I think that might be something good. It might make it a little bit more interesting. The Davis or Weber County, I guess that's a qualifier too. So if you were advertising in those local communities, I don't know, you might want to drop those as well. If anyone has like preconceived notions around, they might not want to be in any of those, but at the end of the quiz, that might be a good suggestion for them. And at the end of the day, also, you're trying to capture these leads. So maybe you have different properties that open up in the future, right?
Okay.
Next, what we'll look at is like we go from starts to completion. So you have a little bit of a drop here, about 10%. I opened up in our software the difference. So we have like a 7% loss on like this first question. One of the things that we see on like looking at our quizzes, we've had over 2.5 million leads, and we've been able to analyze the data of what works best. Usually very short questions and very short answers. One thing I like about your quizzes, it is short in the fact that it's only 5 questions. But I think if you could cut down on like the answer length on these, it'll probably make it easier. Because if I read through this, how do you prefer to spend your free time? With my family, they have my heart. On my deck, minding my own business like everyone else should be doing too. At the lake in my giant boat or anywhere else playing with my toys. A night out, I'm in. Let's hit the club. But I might have to go back and reread the question again because some of those are long and it takes a little bit of like time to get through that. So I would just think about like being able to simplify this, maybe like one answer. I noticed on the very last one too, like this, you had some super long answers on some of these questions.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just try and simplify that. That'll let people get through your quiz a lot faster. I think, you drop off the lead capture a lot. So 15%. When we had another real estate case study, they were capturing 49%. So I think making some of those changes in the question is good. And I think making some change in the opt-in, this would work really well too. So you also use the Facebook Connect, but what they did was they had something that said, sign in to find out basically which neighborhood fits you best. And I'll come back and show that to you again. But this is what yours is. What Nilson home community should you live in? Again, it brings in the commercial aspect. And then it says, take this quiz to find the best community for you, which is a little confusing because I already took the quiz.
Got it. Okay.
So I think if you do something like this, sign in to find out which neighborhood is best for you, and then connect with Facebook, I think that'll improve like the drop off there. Because you do have, you lose about 50% of the people that got all the way through to the end of like the quiz and then actually opted in.
Got it.
All right. And then I think another like really low hanging fruit for you here is like making a call to action on this, this page, because we're going to talk about in a second, but you do have some incentives for people to sign up and get homes. So I would give them a call to action. Like maybe they're a hot buyer, really interested, like for some reason they're ready to buy a new home. And I would have a call to action where they can either schedule like an appointment to come in and see you. And maybe you put some incentives in here as well, to incentivize that. So if they are top of the, like really hot and ready to buy, they can make that action right away.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense.
Awesome. We're going to get into a little bit more when I switch over to screen share with you, where we're going to talk about what you did after the quiz, but I want to talk about some additional ways you can advertise this. So what we've seen in real estate space is you can go and like basically do different searches. You're in Utah, 801's your area code. So looking at some different searches and finding groups and just posting it there, like saying something like, I made this really fun quiz, take it and check out what neighborhood you should live in. So we had another real estate case study where they generated 1,000 leads in 2 weeks, doing this in different groups. I believe they got about 30 leads per group. I found a couple quick ones just searching for you. You know, like you may narrow this down based on where you live, but just some examples like Utah County online yard sale. There's like 30,000 members in this group.
Right.
There's another one I found really quick, Southern Utah online yard sale, 8,500 members in the group. Stuff like 801 cars classified.
I won't want to do those particular areas because they're like 100 to 500 miles away.
Sure.
So I would want to be closer, right? Because I am part of the, okay.
Yep. So you'll want to find ones closer, but just to give you an example, you can find groups that say yard sale with like the name Utah in it, with the name like, or like your area code in it. Finding groups where they say classifieds. There's other groups that are like buy, sell, like in the title, like this has buy or sell. Or even swap. Those are all really good groups to post it in to get more leads and more views. All right, so that's all free. I'm going to share the screen back with you, and we're going to talk about how you did follow up to close this new buyer. All right, so Debbie, what did you do like after like they finished like getting their results? Like how did you follow up with them?
So I just threw them in our CRM really quickly, and what will happen is they'll be part of our drip campaign. So as you can see, they were originally put in on the 29th of June. And then I kind of put, where the lead came from. So Facebook quiz. And then at that point, they're part of the drip campaign. So anything here that says nurturing is just an automated email. But based on that, I can also see if they go to the website, what they're staring at, and how long they spend on that page. So then I have ammunition to reach out to them, what they're looking at. So at that point, that just, prompts a different email. This is one of our quick move-in emails that I sent because I could see that they're looking at different floor plans. So I sent a few to kind of see, engage them a little bit. This next one, again, is just another one telling them about some incentives that we have. So the incentive at that price or that time was we were just offering an additional corner fireplace with the home. Again, that's in addition to whatever else we offer. So I was just throwing that out. And I didn't tell them everything about the incentive because I want to have something else to wow them with when we do sell.
Okay, that's really smart. What are a couple other example incentives that you might throw in later?
So we always have something where we have a lender incentive. So if they use our preferred lender, then we'll give them, usually X amount of dollars, usually between 10 and 20,000 to finish their basement. And that's been a huge deal here because people live in their basements in Utah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So I mean, it's kind of the difference maker there.
Awesome. What other kind of like emails would you send?
So, and then here's just one of the drip campaigns. Just kind of talks about, you know, hi, nice to meet you, et cetera, et cetera. Here's what we've got going on. And then gives them a link, you know, of the MLS home that they can go look at. So,
okay,
you know,
very cool.
And then from there, you can just kind of track it with our CRM to see, you know, okay, on that day, I can see that it prompted them to go to the website.
Awesome.
You know?
So yeah, so this lead you got, like to summarize, you got them on June 29th. They closed on September 7th. So about a month and maybe a week for a $10,000 commission on a new home. So really great job. I think another thing that you could potentially do here, Debbie, that we didn't talk about is like you could test your lead capture where you're capturing phone number as well. So you wouldn't do that with the Facebook Connect, but you do it with like a lead capture page. And the benefit of that is like, you know, if you see them on different pages like this, you could call them or you could text them right away. It's amazing that like you emailed them and then like they came in for an appointment after that on their own, or they just walked into your office and they purchased. But that just gives you some more touch points. So there may be more people out of like the, how many leads did you have? So you only captured like 34 leads, which is amazing. Like that's an amazing close for like 34 people. But there's maybe more of the 34 people that would be interested in buying from you if you follow it up with them through text or like phone call or something, like when they're on your website.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, awesome. So that's one more suggestion. And like with LeadQuizzes, you can A/B test things. So you could A/B test, you know, the lead capture, the start page, different things like that to see if it actually performs better and let that kind of run on its own.
Okay.
But awesome, Debbie. I'm like, I'm really excited for you. That's an amazing, amazing case study to share. Thanks so much for sharing it with our audience.
You're welcome. Thank you.